What's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Olivia. I'm so excited to have you here. Today I am filming a pregnancy Q&A. I am 23 weeks pregnant today and I asked on my Instagram yesterday what questions you guys had about my pregnancy. I think that it's so fun and interesting to hear about like how other people's pregnancies are going just because everyone's pregnancy is so different. So I love watching these videos myself, and whether you're pregnant or not, or planning on getting pregnant in the future, it's definitely helpful hearing about other people's experiences. So I'm so excited to answer these questions. But if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any videos that I post in the future. But let's go ahead and start this Q&A. First question is, how have you had to modify your workouts due to pregnancy? So such a great question. So basically, once I found out, probably from like when I found out, which was week 6 to about like week 11, week 12, I wasn't working out very much just because I was really sick. I did not feel good at all. I was only maybe going to the gym maybe about like once or twice a week. I wasn't working out very much, but when I was at the gym and I was working out, because I was working out so little, I noticed right away that I definitely wasn't able to lift as heavy. I just naturally wasn't as strong. Throughout week 6 to like week 11, week 12 of my pregnancy, my workouts completely slowed down. So the first thing that I noticed is that I just naturally wasn't able to lift as heavy of weights because I wasn't at the gym as frequently. So basically after I started feeling a little bit better, probably around like week 13, week 14 is when my nausea started to subside and I started to feel a little bit better. I was able to go to the gym a little bit more. So I started going maybe about like 3 times per week, and that's basically kind of where I'm at right now. I usually go to the gym about 3 or 4 times per week. I've definitely had to modify my workouts. I am lifting not nearly as heavy as I was before, but with that in mind, I'm not working out with the purpose of trying to get stronger or put on more muscle mass, which was what my goals were previously. Now I'm just basically working out just to move my body, to feel really good, and to keep myself and the baby healthy. So I'm not lifting as heavy as I was previously, and I'm a little bit limited with the exercises that I'm doing. Other than that, my workouts themselves have kind of remained the same. They're not as structured as they used to be, but I still go to the gym. I still pick a muscle group to work out. Some days I do full body. Other days I do upper body, other days I do lower body, and some days I just pick a muscle group to work out where I'm just kind of listening to my body and working out what I'm feeling like working out. Whereas before I had a much more structured workout plan. I knew what I was going to go to the gym and do every day. And right now I'm just in a season of listening to my body and really doing whatever it is that like I feel like doing that day. Next question is, were you planning / trying to have a baby? So excited for you. Thank you so much. We are so excited. So we weren't trying to have a baby, but at the same time, I wasn't on any birth control for like the last probably like year and a half. So we definitely weren't preventing it either. So we are super excited and so blessed that we have a little one on the way. Are all the vids that you've been posting old videos or taken during your pregnancy? So all of the workouts that I post are current workouts. The only time I post old videos is when I state it in the caption, but like 95% of the workouts that I post are current workouts that I am currently doing. It's pretty cool because you get to see me move along in my pregnancy and like physically see those changes that my body is going through on a weekly and a daily basis. Next question is, any bump update coming soon? So absolutely, I will show you a bump update in this video. So towards the end of the video, I will give you a bump update showing you where I'm at 23 weeks, what my bump looks like. I'm starting to show definitely now, so it's such an exciting time because I can physically see the changes in like the first half of my pregnancy. I physically didn't see too much of a bump. I felt the changes with my body and I noticed changes, but I didn't have much of a bump. So I'm so excited that I'm starting to pop a little bit now. Next question is, what have you been craving the most? Probably the thing that I crave the most is sweets and sugars, but if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that that's nothing new. I always have had a sweet tooth, but I do feel like my sweet tooth is definitely amplified since being pregnant. I'm so blessed and so lucky that my food aversions went away. If you watched my first trimester video, which if you haven't seen it yet, I will link it right here. I'll also link it in the comments down below. But if you watch that video, you know that my food aversions were so terrible in the first trimester. I literally was so limited to the foods that I could eat. If you guys want to know more about that, you can definitely watch that video. But my cravings aren't anything crazy right now. It's just more so my sweet tooth cravings, which is already something that I had before pregnancy. It's just a little bit more amplified now. Do you have names picked out? So Chris and I have definitely been brainstorming names, especially when we found out that it is a little boy that's on the way. So we've been brainstorming, but I'm not going to share those names yet. I'm not sure if I will share until the baby's born, so we'll see. But we're definitely brainstorming, and we have a few that we do really like. Are you going to continue going to the gym when your belly starts to grow more? Absolutely. I plan on working out through my entire pregnancy up until the day I give birth if my body allows me to, and as long as my doctor gives me the okay to continue working out as well. As long as I'm healthy and the baby's healthy, I should be good to go with my workouts, but I definitely do plan on working out as I progress through my pregnancy. Have you felt the baby kick yet? So yes, it was probably like 2 weeks ago I felt him kick for the first time, and it was such an amazing feeling. I didn't even know if that's what it was at first, but he moves around quite a bit. Like, I feel him kick probably every single day. Chris got to experience his kicks probably like a week ago, which was really exciting too, but it honestly makes it so much more real once you can feel the kicks. It just makes me so happy. This one isn't a question, but Allison said, show us the nursery. I will absolutely show you guys the nursery. However, it's not much of a nursery right now. I am that person who, once I start buying things, I can't stop. I'm very impulsive, and so I'm just trying to hold off on buying all things nursery clothing for baby for now, just because he's not coming for another 4 months, and I know that once I start buying things, I'm not going to be able to stop. So we only have a dresser in there for now. I think I'm gonna go pick out a crib this week, so we're slowly gonna start working on the nursery. I'm also planning on wallpapering one of the walls, but I will definitely show you guys the nursery later on, kind of as we get it put all together. Are you using any kind of pre-workout? So great question. I'm not using any pre-workout. I've really limited myself to the supplements that I am using. I'm not using any pre-workout specifically, just because you are supposed to monitor the amount of caffeine that you're having every single day, and I really do love my coffee, so I don't want to give up my coffee. And with the things that are added into pre-workout, I just don't feel comfortable taking it with the little babe, so I'm not taking any pre-workout currently. Is it hard to keep it a secret from people for 3 months? Yes, it was so hard to keep it a secret. Oh my gosh. So we told our really close friends and our family a few weeks after we found out. So, but keeping it from like social media and sharing it with you guys, it was so hard for me to not say anything at all, because I was going through so many changes in my life. Like I mentioned, my first trimester was not an easy one at all, and because of all the changes that I was going through, I really wanted to share my experiences with you guys, but at the same time, I also was really nervous, and I wanted to make sure that I was waiting my full first trimester just to make sure that the baby was healthy. So it was so extremely hard not saying anything at all. I don't know how I did it, because I'm like that person who gets so excited about things and I just want to share, but I managed, and I don't think I announced it on Instagram until week 16, just because I wanted to make sure that all of our friends and family, extended family, knew before I went ahead and announced it on social media. So it was a long 16 weeks. Are you scared to give birth? So yes, I am. I think that anything new, any experience that you haven't gone through, is a really scary experience. And of course, giving birth isn't the most pleasant thing. Like, I think it's one of like the biggest miracles ever, but in the same sense, like it's painful, and we all know that. So for sure, I'm really, really nervous to give birth. But before I was pregnant, I was even more nervous. Now that I'm pregnant and there's a baby in me, I'm like kind of excited at the same time. And because it's my first time giving birth, it's a mix of definitely feeling nervous, but also feeling really, really excited. And I think that excitement definitely outweighs like my nerves. So I'm for sure nervous. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to continue to be more nervous like as the day approaches, but I also still have 4 months. So I'm trying not to think into it too much. Also pregnant and so tired. How do you deal with the fatigue and keeping focus? So, oh my gosh, in my first trimester, I was so extremely exhausted. I basically just slept at any chance I could when I didn't have work to do, whenever I could sleep in or go to bed early. I really took advantage of that. And even now, I'm still not back to my full self. I still feel tired on a daily basis. Even when I sleep like 9 hours, I'll wake up still feeling tired. So I'm really just trying my best to like honor my body and listen to my body. If I know that I'm really, really tired and I need sleep, I will go have a nap, and there's no shame in napping. I love napping. So I just listen to my body, nap when I can, and if I know that I have been really well rested like the night before and there's stuff that I need to do, I just really try to stay focused on what needs to get done and really try to stay busy. I find that when I'm busy, I'm just generally not as tired. So when I keep myself busy, whether I'm out and about or when I'm home, I keep my mind busy so that I'm not thinking about how tired I am. That really does help me, but I still don't feel like I used to. But with that being said, I'm realistically only going to get more tired, because let's be real, if you're a mom, you know that you don't really sleep when you have a baby. So I'm just accepting of that this is the point in my life where I'm going to feel the most alive that I've ever felt. So sleep is only going downhill from here. How do you plan on working out when the baby is born? So great question. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, because of course, like, you can think up this whole plan in your head of what it's gonna look like for you and how you're gonna go about it, but you don't know until you're really put in that situation. So for me right now, I'm thinking that I'm gonna transition to a lot more at-home workouts while the baby is really young. When he gets a little bit older, I probably will start putting him in like the gym daycare or dropping him at my mom's house while I go and work out. I do prefer working out in the gym, so I don't think I'll ever transition to full at-home workouts, just because I really like getting out of my house. I just find it really therapeutic to go somewhere else and to be in an environment where other people are working out. So I do plan on getting back to the gym eventually, but I'm not in a rush to do so. I'm really just going to work out at home until I feel like a lot more comfortable with leaving with him. So I'm really just gonna play it by ear and see how I feel. When is my due date? My due date is January 14th, so right after the new year. Do you actually pee your pants sometimes from the baby being on your bladder? So I haven't experienced this yet, but with chatting with other pregnant mamas, this definitely is a thing. You do sometimes, you know, have accidents. So I'm anticipating this happening a little bit later on in my pregnancy, but I haven't experienced it yet. How many pounds have you gained so far? So I weighed myself yesterday morning and I'm up about 7 or 8 pounds. So I'm 23 weeks, I'm up about 7 or 8 pounds. And before you come at me for not putting on enough weight, everyone's journey is different. I talked with my doctor about how I wasn't putting on very much weight in the first half of my pregnancy, and she said that that's normal for some women. So it wasn't until recently when I started to see the number on the scale go. What is my birth plan like? Like I mentioned, I'm not thinking too much into my birth plan. I'm not trying to be naive about it either. Like, I definitely want to make sure that like I'm educated in kind of what goes on in giving birth, of course, but I'm not spending too much time researching it because that's when I start to get really nervous about giving birth. So basically right now I'm planning on doing a natural birth. If I need an epidural, I'm definitely not opposed to it. I hear that epidurals are highly recommended by anyone who gets one, so I'm not opposed to it whatsoever, but I'm gonna kind of just go in with kind of hoping for a natural birth, but if it doesn't go that way, I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure that the baby gets out happy and healthy. How are you hydrating your body to prevent stretch marks? So right now I'm using a mix. I use bio oil sometimes, and then I also use a Burt's Bees Belly lotion. It's called something like that. I will put a screenshot of what it looks like on the screen here because I'm too lazy to go to the bathroom and get it. But yeah, I've been using those so far, and I don't know if it's really gonna work because my mom got stretch marks, and your genetics really does impact like your likelihood of getting stretch marks. So I'm kind of just anticipating that I will probably get them. So I'm doing a little bit of preventative measures, but I'll usually just put on like the oil or the lotion late at night before I go to bed. Does your sex drive change once you're pregnant? So I've like through my research and stuff, I have seen that majority of women's sex drive actually increases after their first trimester. A lot of people's sex drive is quite low in their first trimester because of the nausea. But after that, some people's sex drive actually increases from what it was previously. From my own experience, I've actually seen a decrease in sex drive. So everyone's experience is different. For me, mine's gone down, whereas some people's has gone up. I don't know if that'll change throughout my pregnancy. We will see. Are you planning on getting married before or after the baby? You're my inspo, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. So honestly, we are in absolute no rush to get married. Whenever it happens, probably be a couple years down the road. We really just are going with the flow, and we are not in any rush at all. How are you feeling body-wise with how everything's changing? That is so exciting. Oh, so thank you so much for asking this question because I'm starting to struggle more now than I have throughout my pregnancy. Like I mentioned, I'm physically starting to see more changes with my body. It's really hard to watch your body change, especially as like you see the number on the scale go up and you see your body fat percentage go up and you start to see just changes around your abdomen area and changes all over your body. It's definitely hard. And I never want to mislead you guys into thinking that like it's all a breeze. I definitely have days where my thoughts around my body image aren't the best, and I'm usually pretty good about like those kinds of thoughts, but just seeing my body change, it's difficult. And it's just me. I'm always trying to remind myself that like this is the most beautiful thing ever. The fact that like my body can create a baby is so amazing and so incredible, and like the pros of it absolutely outweigh the cons of being pregnant. But I'm not gonna lie to you and sit here and say that like it's a breeze watching your body change. For me personally, I have had some struggles around it, especially because I do show up on like social media and I'm always posting pictures of myself. Some days I do find it difficult, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Did you notice any cellulite? So I've always had cellulite on the back of my legs. The cellulite remains on the back of my legs, and I have a feeling that it's going to get worse throughout my pregnancy, which is just part of the process. Do you get mood swings? So such a great question. I don't really find myself to be super moody, but I definitely do find myself to be a little bit more irritable than I was before. Like someone can say something or do something that wouldn't usually make me mad or aggravate me, but it does now. And I think it's just because I'm pregnant. Like sometimes Chris will say something or my mom will say something and I just get annoyed really quickly, and I have like a shorter fuse than I did before I was pregnant for sure. So that is one change that I have noticed. Are you thinking about baby number 2 at all? So of course it's definitely in conversation, but I think we're just going to have baby number 1 and then see how we're feeling, see how that goes, and then kind of make our decision from there. We aren't in a huge rush, but at the same time we do want to keep our kids a little bit close in age. So I think it'll be a conversation that we have after baby comes, after we kind of get settled into being parents. All right, first off, do not mind my outfit. I got my Buff Bunny shirt on top and I got my joggers on the bottom. I find that even leggings right now aren't the most comfortable thing for me to wear, so I do often find myself just wearing my sweatpants. And honestly, I always film in sweatpants because comfort. But I'm loving my sweatpants as of lately. So this is where we are at with the bump. Like I said, I'm 23 weeks today. So here we are. I have a little bit of a bump. I'm just going to try to tuck up my shirt. So this is where we are at. I have a little bit of a bump right in my lower belly, as you can see. I'm definitely starting to show a little bit more than I was previous, so exciting. I cannot wait for my belly to get a little bit bigger. I will say though that by the end of the day, I look like I'm like 8 months pregnant because I just get so bloated throughout the day, so that is another change that I've noticed, but I will definitely keep you guys posted as my bump continues to progress. All right, so I answered a ton of questions. I hope you guys found this Q&A really helpful. If you guys want to see some more pregnancy videos, let me know what topics you want to see below, and I'm happy to make those videos. Like I mentioned before, I'm feeling on a roll with YouTube. I really want to make sure I'm uploading 2 videos per week, so let me know what content you want to see so I can make that happen for you. I really do appreciate you watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. And always hit the subscribe button to make sure that you are following along on my channel so you don't miss any videos that I'll be posting in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!